And even Stephanie Grisham,
Oh, okay.
who, wasn't exactly a fan of everyone.
Right.
She praised his efficiency and his work ethic.
That's got to mean something.
It definitely does.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems like he earned the respect of people across the board.
And that's what I think is so interesting about him. He's not like some of these other figures in Trump's world who seem to be in it for, the fame or the power grab.
Right.
Like, you really get the sense that he's genuinely dedicated to Trump and his vision.
Yeah, he's a true believer.
Yeah. And he's willing to put in the work to make it happen.
No complaints, no drama, just results.
Exactly. And that is a rare quality in politics these days.
Incredibly rare. Yeah, I think that's exactly why Trump trusts him so much.
He's loyal. He's competent.
And he's not out for himself.
Right. Like, he's not trying to build his own brand.
Exactly. He's all about advancing Trump's agenda.
It almost reminds me of like those old school mafia movies.
Okay.
Where you've got the capo.
The trusted lieutenant.
Yeah, the guy who's quietly running things behind the scenes.
Making sure the boss's orders are carried out.
Without question.
Yeah, Cheung's like the ultimate capo.
I love that analogy.
Loyal, efficient, and when needed, absolutely ruthless in defense of his boss.
But even the most loyal capos can fall out of favor.
Oh yeah, that's true. Remember Anthony Scaramucci?
10 days in the White House and he was out.
The mooch, gone too soon.
Do you think Cheung has what it takes to last longer than the mooch?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
But if I had to bet, I'd say Cheung's chances of survival are pretty high.
Really?
Yeah, because unlike Scaramucci, who seemed to relish the spotlight and court controversy, Cheung prefers to operate in the shadows.
Stay focused.
Yeah, stay focused, avoid unnecessary drama.
Plus, it seems like he has this unique ability to connect with Trump on a personal level.
Right, they have a real rapport.
Yeah, the article mentions that Trump jokingly calls him my sumo wrestler.
Oh, wow.
Now, I don't know if that's a comment on his physical stature or his fighting spirit.
Or both.
But it definitely suggests a level of familiarity and trust.
Oh, for sure.
That most people in Trump's circle don't have.
Right, it's clear that Trump sees something special in Cheung. Something that goes beyond just competence and loyalty.
So yeah, I'd say Cheung's odds of sticking around are pretty good.
I agree.
So whether he lasts 10 days or 10 years, one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Steven Cheung has already left his mark on American politics.
Definitely.
But what does that mark actually mean?
That's the big question.
How does his unique style and approach change the game?
We need to unpack that.
All right, so we've gone from the Tea Party to the UFC to the Trump White House.
What a ride.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. Charting Steven Cheung's rise to the top.
Right.
But what does it all mean?
Right, that's the big question.
Like, you've got this bird's eye view of political communication.
Yeah.
How has somebody like Cheung changed the game?
Well, I think he's almost like a symbol of how politics itself is changing.
Oh, interesting.
Because in the past, political communication was all about, staying on message, being polished, avoiding controversy.
Right.
But Cheung throws that playbook out the window.
Yeah, he doesn't care about any of that.
He embraces the chaos, he fights fire with fire, and he understands that in today's world, attention is everything.
Right, it's like he's taken all the lessons from those bare-knuckle worlds that he came from.
Exactly.
The Tea Party, the UFC.
And he's applied them to politics.
And it's been incredibly effective.
Super effective. I mean, it's almost like watching a jiu-jitsu master take down opponents twice their size.
I like that analogy.
He uses their weight against them, their momentum, and flips the script.
He's using their strengths against them.
Exactly. And Cheung does the same thing with the media, with the opposition, with the whole political establishment.
So he's not afraid of a fight.
Oh, he loved the fight.
He leans into it.
Absolutely. And somehow he comes out on top.
One thing that keeps coming up in this article is his sense of humor.
Oh, yeah.
He's got that, quick wit, the biting insults.
The sharp elbows we were talking about earlier.
Those kiss of death emails targeting DeSantis.
Oh, man. Those were brutal.
Those were amazing.
But also hilarious.
But it's not just about being funny.
Right? No, there's definitely a strategy behind it.
It is a strategy.
It's about controlling the narrative.
Right.
Because in today's fast-paced news cycle, you need to grab attention.
Right.
You got to do it quickly.
People's attention spans are
so short.
Yeah.
And humor, especially that kind of sharp, edgy humor, is a great way to cut through the noise.
And it disarms your opponents.
Yeah, it keeps them off balance. They never know what's coming next.
It's like a verbal jab followed by a roundhouse kick. You're still reeling from the joke.
And then, bam, he hits you with the real message.
So what can we learn from Steven Cheung's wild ride to the top?
That's a good question.
For anyone out there trying to make it in politics or any field, what's the takeaway?
I think the biggest lesson is to be authentic.
Okay.
Because Cheung isn't trying to be somebody he's not.
Right.
He brings his whole self to the table. The fighting spirit, the sharp wit, the unwavering loyalty.
All of it.
Yeah, and that's what makes him so effective.
So he's proof that sometimes being different, being a little rough around the edges, can actually be your superpower.
Especially when you're working for someone like Trump who values those qualities above all else.
But also, it's not just about personality, right?
Yeah.
Like, he works hard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hard work and dedication never go out of style.
He puts in the hours.
He's not looking for shortcuts. He's not looking for easy wins. He's in it for the long haul.
That's inspiring. So there you have it. The story of Steven Cheung, the political capo, who's changing the game one sharp jab and one meticulously placed cairon at a time.
I love that description.
What an amazing story.
Yeah, it really is.
It just goes to show you that in politics, as in life, sometimes the most unexpected paths lead to the greatest victories.
Absolutely.
And sometimes the quietest guy in the room is the one holding all the cards.
That's a great point.
That's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of Steven Cheung. We hope you enjoyed the journey and maybe even learned a thing or two about navigating this crazy world of politics.
It was a fascinating dive.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and remember, there's always more to discover beneath the surface.
This is nothing more than election interference. Democrats know that President Trump is leading Joe Biden by wide margins, and this is the only way that they can stop them. President Trump is going to be defiant, he's going to take a stand, and he's going to fight back like he always has.
Thank you.